we're gonna do two things today: Spotify Wrapped for those who have Spotify, and we're gonna do also our top 10 lists of frontmen. But before we do that, Will has an announcement.
I have an announcement.
Wait. Go ahead.
So, everyone reserve April 26th, Saturday evening. I have no idea when this show will get started. Probably be 8 o'clock, 8-ish.
8-ish.
At the gym in Spring City. It'll be the Black Rose tribute known as Remedy.
That's me.
With the Rolling Stones Experience. Rocks Off.
That's you.
The two front guys right here.
Yay.
So we're very excited about this.
We did it.
I don't know when the tickets are going to be on sale.
Probably now.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Richard told me I could announce it, so I will be hawking. I will be all over Facebook.
There you go.
My family in Chester County and friends.
Yes.
You have asked for this, so let's do it. Let's do it. The guys in Rocks Off are very excited, and I know Remedy is because I spoke to a few people.
We are.
So
I definitely am.
Yeah,
it's gonna
it'll
be
be
awesome.
fun. It's actually a great.
It's a great venue. I've been there. I've played there twice.
Okay.
And it is fun. It's definitely fun.
And it's actually a great mix of to me the Black Rose were, you can just tell they were heavily influenced by the Stones.
They say it. They say it. They say it all the time. So
yeah. So
cool.
It'll be cool.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. All right, man. So
here you go.
let's do our Wrapped, and I'm gonna go. Well, let me get mine up. Do you have yours up?
Yeah.
Why don't you do yours? Well, we can do. Let's do this. Let's do your top. Do your top artists first.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do my top artists, and then you do your top songs, and then I'll do my top songs.
I'm gonna go 5-1.
All right, okay, 5-1.
U2.
Nice.
Van Halen.
Nice.
Oasis, because my son's name is Liam Knoll.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
named him after. I had the whole Liam Gallagher with the hair.
I love it.
And I had the big Liam beard back then.
Love it.
At number 2, Metallica. And number 1, come on.
The Rolling Stones?
Yes, sir.
The Rolling Stones. No, all right, here's my top 5. And send me your picture. I'll put it up
Okay.
on the screen.
Okay.
I can edit. You probably never heard this band. Number 5, Will. Shovels and Rope. They are a duo. They are actually a wife-husband duo.
Okay.
They do a lot of thank you. They do a lot of folky songs, but they're basically a two-man band.
Okay.
Number 4, the Lumineers.
Yes.
Number 3 is a surprise because I do listen to this person, but not this much, and you can tell my daughter still.
I was going to say you must share it.
We have a duo, so she has her own, but if she's in the car with me, we use mine. Number 3 is Miss Taylor Swift. Again, I do listen to her, but not that much. Number 2, definitely all me. Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit.
Okay.
And number 1, if you had to guess, Will, what would you think my number 1 would be?
Black Rose?
It is.
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Because I had to learn a bunch of songs at the beginning of the year.
I think
it just picked up on my. I do listen to the Black Rose, and they had a new album out, so
Okay.
therefore
Okay.
it got lots of play, and we learned a song or two off of the new album. All right, give me your top
I think
5
it's
songs.
funny neither of us have Aerosmith.
Which is weird because I do listen to a lot of Aerosmith. I don't know how it figures out the algorithm because I have downloaded playlists to my phone. So if I'm running or something like that, I'm not necessarily online. So I don't know if it takes that into consideration. I don't know. But anyway,
I can't believe Chicago didn't make it in my top 5. I literally, that's a lot what I do with my vocals to like warm up because their vocals are all over the place. He sings high and the guys are, low.
Spotify.
I listen to a lot of Chicago and then I cry, because. So my top 5 songs, and it's funny because of covering the songs.
That's
why they're
a lot for me too.
It's Street Fighting Man, the live version off of the Live Licks by the Stones.
Specifically the live version.
Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Nice.
Get Off My Cloud, the live version off the Stones album. Highway Tune by Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, it's a good song. Nice.
And number one. Fever Dog from Almost Famous, which is the name of my 4-piece band.
Nice.
So, and it's funny because we open every show with Fever Dog, Highway Tune, Mississippi Queen.
There you go. That's awesome. My top 5 songs according to Spotify for 2024. Stick Season. Do you know that song? Stick Season?
No.
You would know it. Saw your mom. It's the season of the sticks, and I forgot. I had to learn that. I still sing it acoustically. Ophelia by the Lumineers, which is weird because that song was very, very old. When We Were Close by Jason Isbell. Wanting and Waiting by the Black Crowes.
Yeah.
That's a song I had to learn. Plus, it was off the new album. And Vagabond by the band named Camp. CAAMP. And Vagabond is literally a 2-minute song. So yes, I might listen to it a couple times back to back because it's a quick 2-minute and 30-second song, and it's a pretty cool song.
So is Ophelia? Is that the band song?
Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Ophelia.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Lumineers.
Song by the band.
No, it's not. I know that one too. Yeah, but no.
So I saw the Lumineers open up for
U2 at the Link.
Yes,
I was not there,
and it was so funny because and I hate saying this. I'm not saying this about the Lumineers. They're immensely talented. But it was like the T-shirt time. Literally, it was like everyone, you could see that a third to half of the stadium was out on the concourse and stuff. It was really long. Yeah. I went out there to buy stuff because I was like, I'm not missing U2. I'm not missing a second. Sure, I wanted to get a hoodie and all that. I want to add something. So I have my top 5 podcast.
I didn't even look at my podcast. I don't listen to podcast on Spotify.
Oh, I listen to
my podcast on Apple Music. But
so I'm gonna do it really quick. GM Shuffle with Michael Lombardi.
I do not know that. Who's Michael Lombardi?
He was actually the GM for, I think he worked for the Browns. He worked for the Patriots.
Okay.
And then the Eagles. And then the Rewatchables, which is a movie. They talk about movies, and it's anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. It's great. It's great. The Rewatchables. I highly recommend that.
I want to listen to that one. Hold on before you.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
Crap. What's the movie where they go down the long hallway and it's about a band. It's a fictitious band, and they have songs out. And they go down the long hallway.
Oh.
And they turn up to 11.
Oh my God, Nick. Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap. I've never seen Spinal Tap.
Because you're not a metal guy.
No, but it's like everyone's like, you need to watch it. So my
greatest
goal to myself
all the way down
during this Christmas break is to watch Spinal Tap, and then we'll talk
about it. We will. You tell me when you watch it, because
I'm assuming you've seen it.
I own it.
I own it.
So number 3, Bill Burr's Monday Morning Podcast.
I like Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr.
He was just on Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago.
He's one of my podcast inspirations.
An Opie and Anthony legend.
Number 2, the Bill Simmons Podcast. Even though he's a Boston guy.
I know what number 1 is.
It's JRE. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Yes.
The God.
Yes.
He's got Quentin Tarantino on.
like
right now, and it's kind of
really?
weird. It's Roger Avery and Quentin Tarantino. It's very
boring.
It's
Quentin can talk, baby.
Yeah, and it's kind of
he can talk.
It's kind of like, I don't know. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Quentin is like one more movie left in him. He says.
I love Quentin. Great.
How many minutes of music listened do you have? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know, but they said someday in May I listened to music for 1,440 minutes, and I was like, wait a second.
Is there that many minutes in a day?
That's an entire day. They go, and how did you do that? I'm like, I don't know how.
You accidentally left your Spotify running. I have 14,057 minutes listened.
Let me see.
On my Spotify.
Let me see.
That's what I have.
Definitely listen to. I have music on all day, and Spotify is my main
thing. Yeah,
it's my main thing. So, if they play a song, I don't want it to come over. I don't know. I listen to a lot. I know one thing. I was in the top 0.01% of listeners throughout the world.
Just in general?
For Spotify. So
you just listen every day.
I wish I was not on OnlyFans, because I wouldn't be sitting here in this cold, rainy weather. I'd be living in Malibu.
Dude, Spotify is like legit my favorite streaming service, and I'll pay anything for it.
I love it.
I don't know if you've seen a couple of months ago, I had gift cards from Spotify. I had points through work from this thing or whatever, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get Spotify gift cards to just pay for my service for a year. So I get my Spotify gift cards, and my daughter and I had a Duo Premium. So it included like the audiobooks. I was paying like $18.99 a month. Zero problem paying it. Never complained once. I listen to it all day. You get audiobooks. She listens to it. Whatever. It's freaking great. I tried to apply my gift cards to it, and it's like you can't apply gift cards to a premium subscription. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there's it literally says premium on the gift card.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Spotify, which is impossible. They do not have a customer service, you can't call somebody.
So
it's all texting. So they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And we went back and forth. Turns out I had to downgrade my subscription. So instead of paying $18.99, I had to downgrade to the free version with commercials.
Yeah.
Break apart our Duo plan.
Oh.
So Lexi went student because she goes to college.
Yeah.
So she gets student for like $2.99, which is dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm down to the free plan with commercials, applied my gift cards, which brought me back up the premium for free.
It's a lot of work.
It was ridiculous.
It's a lot of work.
And now I'm paying less money. Like they ended up losing money off of us because whatever. Anyway.
What do you think about the whole streaming thing?
What?
What do you think about the whole streaming music?
I remember when Napster was around. Because I downloaded a lot of free music.
Yeah.
I like it because literally anything's there. Like everything's there.
The convenience is great.
Everything's there. I mean, I look at it this way. When I was in high school and college, I used to buy maybe like a couple albums a month, and it was how much were albums back then?
Jeez.
$15.99.
Yeah.
$19.99.
Yeah. CDs, maybe. Man. CDs were expensive.
So that was for one album or whatever. Now I pay that for every song that's ever been created by man.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I know the artists get screwed. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't get screwed.
Yeah.
And it's a good deal for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will say this before you go. Spotify has almost everything, just like Apple Music has almost everything. There are a couple things missing from each, but nothing that I care about. If there was a movie service like what Netflix used to be, where it had almost everything, it would be awesome. But the movie services now, there's too many, and you can't. I just want one that has almost everything.
Yeah.
Can I get that?
No.
I gotta do Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. You got to do, Apple, and Apple's got Paramount. And I feel like I understand where some recording artists are grumbling. I've heard people have been like, well, they should have saved their money. And it's like, it's very convenient. I actually miss buying an album, open up. I remember the first time I Kiss Alive too. And it had the whole stage. That I had seen.
I do miss lyrics.
I had the lyrics on the sleeve.
Spotify has lyrics.
Yeah.
I know you can't watch them when you're driving in the car. But if I'm working out in the back room, and I'm like learning a song, I'll put the lyrics up.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I do that in the truck. I mean, I'm driving an open road. The lyrics come right up. It's like a teleprompter. You just look. If you can't remember two lines, there's something wrong with you.
You should do.
But
you should do trucker karaoke.
No.
Do it, man.
Actually, if the DOT sees that, that's a
You
big problem. That's a big problem. And people say stuff about Spotify and people streaming music, and they grumble and complain, but they have the streaming services, and but then they complain about the price of concert tickets. Support local live music, people.
Exactly.
You save a lot of money.
Exactly.
Go out to a bar, go see a cover band, get an Uber, pay for the babysitter.
Exactly.
It's you're here there's a lot of great talent in the area.
There is.
And I'll be promoting something near the end of this. Cool. A lot of good stuff coming up.
Speaking of that, before we get to our top 10 frontmen, we have our first sponsor.
What?
Yep. Remedy Black Crowes Tribute Band is sponsoring this next segment.
We're monetized. Oh my God. Oh man, I didn't want to make any more income this year. I'm right at the point I'm getting.
January 4th, catch Remedy at the Ardmore Music Hall with Pure Petty, which is Tom Petty tribute, and Street Survivors. I always want to call them the Soul Survivors. The Street Survivors, who was a Leonard Skinner tribute. January 4th, we basically sold out the last 2 years. We always do the first Saturday of the year, and we should probably get close to selling out this year. Oh. And we have a second sponsor, Will. This is where you're supposed to plug your band.
Oh. I was like, which one?
It doesn't matter. Plug all of them. Sponsor yourself.
Fever Dog is playing at Timothy's.
Where?
Tentatively, we're playing there.
Where? In Exton?
Yes.
When?
I know you're playing there before us. January 31st, I think.
Holy shit, I'm coming.
Yes.
Oh, no, wait, I'm not. Wait, oh.
And then February 2nd, we're playing Tom and Jerry's.
I'm going to be in Florida.
That same weekend.
Be home.
So
I might be home.
Fever Dog is very close to having some other dates in 2025. That is a 4-piece, high energy.
Wait, so you're there on the 31st, which is Friday night, with your band?
Yeah.
I'm there as a duo 2 weeks before.
I will definitely come and see the
What are they going to be like? We're going to be like singing Noah Khan's 60s, and you're going to be rocking out. Me and Eddie are going to be like, la, la, la,
you know, it's funny
la,
because
la.
I was telling those guys, I said, okay, this is a restaurant. So this isn't going to be.
I heard they're rebranding it. And I heard the name's not going to be Timothy's anymore. I don't know.
Well, I was saying about like, we usually come out like, I mean, Greta Van Fleet, the second song, and I'm like, probably going to do something like
what time do you start? 8?
8 o'clock.
You
It
do
depends if people are eating. We
do
could
that
make the
second
second
set.
set the first set, and the first set the second
there you
set.
go.
You know.
If I'm home from Florida, I will come. I have my work kickoff meeting that week, but I'm supposed to stay in Florida for an extra day or two and then go to Tennessee to see the basketball game. But if I decide to come home, I will definitely come.
And let me tell you something, people. Now, I just got all political with that, saying we're thinking the audience, the Will that was half my age would have been like, I'm playing with the blank. I want to play. I blow people out. We're never coming back here again, but
Fine.
yeah.
I'm glad Timothy's is having music. There's nowhere really. Well, there's the Marchwood Tavern up near us, which is in Exton also. Yeah. And the Downtown VFW has bands occasionally. And that's it. There really isn't anywhere else.
Leonie's.
I forgot
Pizza
about
place?
Leonie's. You're right. I played there a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about Leonie's. Leonie's is small and you can't dance.
It was a little odd. I went to see people at bands there. Yes. I went to see. Well, I actually went there on like a date. Because she's like, we wanted to meet halfway. And she's like, I want to get pizza. So I looked that place up. And then there was a band there.
Good food.
Really good band.
Yeah.
Really good band.
Was it Brazen?
No, it was
That's what
I forget her name. It was a female lead singer who plays guitar. Oh, what is her? But anyway, it was kind of small.
It is small, and you can't dance.
Yeah, and I'm kind of at the point like I don't feel like being
jammed up.
Hearing people placing the orders while I'm trying to sing.
Nah, I hear it. I hear it. And then they're like worried about how loud it is. It's like,
yeah, I got a big loud mouth, so.
All right, thanks to our sponsors, Remedy and
Fever Dog.
And Fever Dog.
Rocks Off has not made 1 penny, so
there you go.
We can't sponsor
soon.
it.
Very soon. All right. We wanted to do top 10 front men.
Ooh.
So this is what I think we should do it. We'll just go one by one. I'll say my number 10.
One by one, and we give like a little like brief like why.
Definitely.
I'm going to tell you, I did my 10 to 1. Not who I think's the best. It's who influenced me, and it's a pretty much a standard 10 to 1.
I kind of did my 10 to 1 as of who I enjoy the most.
Yeah, there you go.
So here's the deal. If my number 10 is Bruce Springsteen, it's not, and you have Bruce Springsteen on your list, just say Bruce is number 2 for me. I'll talk about him at number 2, whatever, and I'll do the same. So I'll go 10, 10. I'll say my
we're going 10, 10. I'm sure
you say your number 10.
I'm sure we're gonna cross swords.
All right. Well, later, my wife and child are going out, so we'll cross swords. We'll cross swords later. All right, I have an honorable mention.
Oh, I have 5.
You have 5 honorable mentions? Shit, I thought I was.
All
right, I'll give my 1 and then you give your 5. My honorable mention is Frank Sinatra, but when he's with the gang.
Oh yeah.
Because when they're together, there is no more entertaining thing to watch.
Rat Pack, baby.
Yep. When he's with all of them, when he's with the Rat Pack, to me, that was very entertaining. Did not make my top 10 just because it wouldn't fit. But okay, give me your honorables.
an honorable. Okay. There's 6 people, but one I'm gonna say, this person is the ultimate frontman, the ultimate showman. He was the king. He's Elvis. I'm not putting him in my top 10 because everyone who came after Elvis, when it comes to rock and roll, everyone just wanted to be him. So my honorable mention.
Elvis is in my top 10. Okay.
Ozzy.
Nice.
Michael Stipe of R.E.M.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm a punk rock kid. Henry Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Flag.
He's good.
Morrissey of the Smiths. Awesome performer. And Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, who surprisingly, that's kind of like it's my only metal pick.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, man. All right. You ready for our top 10? My number 10 is somebody you don't know, and most people don't know. His name is Stealth Yulvang. He is the utility guy in the Lumineers, so he's technically not a frontman. However, if you go see the Lumineers,
okay,
you cannot keep your eyes off of this dude. He's climbing the scaffolding.
Yep.
Playing the tambourine. He's on top of the piano. He has his shoes off. He's playing piano with no shoes on, with his feet. He is more entertaining than Wesley, who's the front guy for the Lumineers. He's so entertaining.
Okay.
I've seen the Lumineers twice. I've seen concerts of them on TV. I watch him the whole time. He's crazy, amazing. Not a front man, but my number 10. Go ahead.
Joey Ramone.
Nice.
Joey Ramone is the greatest punk rock singer ever.
That'll make John the Greek happy.
And I know. John and I have talked about the Ramones. The Ramones are in my top 10 bands. They're number 3 of my greatest American bands.
Nice.
I saw the Ramones probably almost close to 50 times. So I lived in Manhattan. So
wow, you've seen them that many times?
Oh, I was a total Ramones head. I am the day Joe Ramone died was a heartbreaking day for me. He influenced me a lot. As in somebody, I just think he's a great singer. He is. He does not get enough credit. So
before we move on, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Best concert you've ever been at? Go.
Oh, was that you too? 2017 Joshua Tree.
When the Lumineers opened them up.
That's the greatest concert
really?
I went to.
Cool.
It was the most emotional concert. It was just the skies came together. That and the Kiss Love Gun tour was the first concert I ever went to.
Okay.
And to me, it was just as a kid, I was just like, whoa.
Nice.
Metallica's had a bunch. Guns N' Roses, but
I've never seen Guns. I want to.
Still,
I know it's too late now because
he still brings it though.
But I want to go see them. Yeah. All right. Mine's is Prince, for sure. The musicology tour. But anyway, we'll have this podcast later.
Okay.
I just was curious because you
mentioned.
Okay. My number 9 is a duo, and I feel as if they have to go together. Anthony Kiedis and Flea.
Oh wow.
They have to go together.
Man, you're really good.
I feel as if because they're so good on stage and they got their shirts off and Flea's boom and Anthony.
Man, Dick is really throwing the curveball.
But I feel as if they have to go together. I feel as if they have to be together. Yeah, I think you can't have one without the other.
Anthony doesn't get enough credit.
He's still ripped. He's 60 years old. He's still ripped.
I don't think he's dating.
I think he's dating allegedly. Don't sue me. Allegedly an underage girl. I don't know.
No. She's I saw.
She's 18 and 1 month old,
or like 20 or whatever.
Okay, good.
You know, to me with Anthony Kiedis, I think he's the vastly underrated frontman. And I think a lot of guys hate on him because the guy's 60 years old and women are still
he's ripped.
He's ripped.
And so is Flea.
He's probably taking a lot of human growth.
Now, I will say this. I saw my lady friend and I saw the Chili Peppers 2 summers ago. I've never seen them. She saw them at Lollapalooza years ago.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I went.
I wanted and was expecting.
They don't play the
Lollapalooza.
Nope.
Chili Peppers.
You're not going to get that.
What I got was old people. My boss called me. Sorry, Phil. I gotta put you on here.
Sorry, Phil.
Can I pause this and then redo it and call him? What can I do? That's okay. No, we'll just. Sorry, Phil. What I got was, and again, they were still energetic, but the crowd was just chilling. They were all smoking pot, and everyone was high, and it was all groovy. No one was like, wow. No one was like jumping up and down, being crazy. Yeah. So
the set list on that last tour was not, I don't know. You know what my favorite thing about the Chili Peppers is? John Frusciante. I've seen John Frusciante solo when he was all smacked out. I've seen him when he was clean. If Will Loftus hits that $600 million lottery and I can get a lineup of any musicians in the world, John Frusciante is my guitarist.
Nice. There you go.
He's like right there because he can sing his ass off.
On a call. I'm going to tell him I'm on a call, which is true. We are on a call. Okay.
All right.
What's your number 9?
W. Axl Rose.
Nice. Of course.
Axl Rose. And I'm talking, he's dynamic, still a really talented frontman, still commands. See, to me, this whole frontman thing is you have to be able to work the audience, you have to have the voice, you have to have the moves on the stage, and you have to be able to interact with your band.
Yeah.
And Axl Rose did I think all these people did all 4 of them well, but Axl in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
There was, I saw Guns N' Roses for the first time when they opened for the Cult at the Spectrum. And nobody knew who they were.
Was it the pre-Appetite? Or
it was when Appetite came out.
Right, yeah.
And I went to the Mad Platter in Westchester and bought that album.
I remember this. Is Mad Platter still there?
No.
It's gone, right?
It's I forget. It's like a vape shop or something.
I remember the Mad Platter.
But I remember playing that album and to 2 of my friends. And they're like, this band. And then 6 months later, everyone was all over them. But Use Your Illusion, to me, that whole tour, I don't think I've never seen anyone better on vocals than Axl Rose.
I love those albums.
He just, and those albums are so hard to sing.
When Use Your Illusions came out, the day they came out, I went to the Granite Run Mall, which was a mall close to me. And I remember my dad took me because I couldn't drive it, and I got both albums.
It's a great thing. I was in Manhattan at that time. Number 8.
I'm gonna throw you another curveball.
Oh my God, you threw me 3.
Weird Al, baby. Will, have you ever seen Weird Al live?
No.
Okay, so he's coming in this summer. I usually go see him. Literally changes outfits between every song.
Maybe we're doing a podcast from it.
Every song, they change outfits every song.
Oh my God.
He and they show videos. He is crazy. He's got his accordion and he's singing and he's making. He is so freaking entertaining.
That's awesome.
It's unbelievable. I've seen him twice. He's unbelievable. Unbelievably good. All right, what's your number 8 there?
Paul Stanley of Kiss, the Star Child.
Nice.
The Star Child was that's the first rock star I wanted to be after seeing Kiss on the Love Gun tour. I remember a point and going, I want to do that. I want to be that. When Overlord, my metal band, plays any Kiss at certain parts, I do the Paul Stanley leg like twist thing. Even though I don't play guitar, but Paul Stanley to me is the greatest frontman who had to play guitar the whole time.
That's awesome.
Just my opinion, people.
I just put myself in the corner of the screen now. All right. Sorry, everybody.
Number 7.
Number 7 for me is Mr. Freddie Mercury.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
I got him too, but I'll let
Come on. He's just amazing. Obviously I've never seen him, but with the thing in Philly, Live Aid. Yeah, I said Live Aid. Live Aid. Where did I get Live Aid from? The Live Aid thing, obviously, that video has been floating around recently too, and he's just crazy.
It's the greatest 26 minutes in rock and roll history.
Yeah,
the greatest. The greatest 26 minutes. And this is a little thing. This is mainly a music podcast. If you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, that movie is chronologically way out of order.
Yes.
And Freddie Mercury did not know he had AIDS.
Yes.
When they played at Live Aid.
Yes.
That happened. Christ. That happened a few years later.
The Elton John movie is also chronologically out of order too.
Apple's actually releasing a documentary on Friday
about
the whole Elton John thing, which I'm overjoyed at. Because I was like, they need to have a true Elton John documentary or movie. So, number 7. He's a fellow big mouth Irishman who's opinionated, but a humanitarian like yours truly. Bono of U2.
Oh, yes.
Who can work a stadium like Bono?
Yeah. Bono's one of the greats.
Who can work a stadium? And I'll give a shout out to my man Mark from Mysterious Ways.
There you go.
You know, Mysterious Ways is a local Philadelphia tribute U2 band.
Yep.
And it's a bunch of Italians.
They're all Italian.
They're awesome
They're
though.
all Italian. That's amazing.
Number 6.
Number 6. Like a sex machine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. James Brown, wow, in the hot tub. He could do a splits, man, and he played with the microphone stand. He was nuts. He was crazy. I just saw I guess it was Eddie Murphy showed up at a James Brown concert, and James Brown turns to him and goes, "So I hear you can do, I hear you can do me." And Murphy looks at him. And he looks back at the band, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He starts singing just like James Brown. He does the split. It was amazing.
Really?
But yeah. But James Brown, a little bit of a creeper of a human being. But
did you ever see the James Brown interview, like on CNN when they got out of prison?
I vaguely remember.
So it's a female interviewer, and he's on remote location. And you could tell they put him in the studio, and it's like, hey, CNN, and then he's just getting interviewed.
One after another.
Yeah. And he's just basically like kind of like being James Brown, wild, little chauvinistic. And she goes, "Oh, James." He starts saying something chauvinistic, and he goes, "It's a man's world." And she goes, "You keep reminding us of that." It's like classic, because he's just James Brown.
He was in jail for tax evasion.
Yeah,
was that what it was?
Tax evasion, and he outran the police for like almost a state. He went from Georgia to Alabama, I think.
Was this like an OJ chase?
They shot his tires out.
I didn't know this.
I think there was some chemicals involved in that.
Well,
and I think he poured it in the gas tank of the pickup.
Wow.
He has shock. No, he went in, I think it was a restaurant. Okay, don't get us in trouble if this isn't, but it was something with a legal firearm, and he threatened people at a business he owned.
So he owned it.
So, but
he's allowed to
but he wasn't. No, but he wasn't. Yeah.
And my boss, they're allowed to threaten me.
Yeah.
They're my boss.
Not the shotgun.
What's your number 6? Steven
Tyler.
The demon is screaming. Steven Tyler.
The man who never leaves that microphone, that mic stand.
Nope.
Just carries it around.
Yep.
If you find a video of Steven Tyler walking around with a mic,
yep.
But
I was at a party on Saturday night, a Christmas party, and the Remedy band, my band, came up in conversation, and the guy, he was like, "Oh, I love the Black Crowes. I was at their concert at the Met. I saw them open up for Aerosmith," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And he goes, "I think Steven Tyler has dementia." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, literally, he couldn't take his eyes off of the teleprompter like the whole night. And I was like, I did not notice that.
I noticed it from where we
Hope
sat.
it's not true. Hope it's not true.
So from where I sat. The stage was okay. So I sat stage left. Stage left. Yeah. So there was a huge teleprompter at the end of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like
Giant. It was like a TV screen.
Probably about as big as your TV.
Jeez, he's probably blind too.
It looked. And I don't know if Steven has dementia, but it is an actual fact that people that abused cocaine get Parkinson's. That's what's wrong with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy has all.
Well, Steven still ran around during that concert like he was 27
so I don't think
years old.
Steven has but he might have some form of. I don't know. I mean, I've read all his books. I don't know if he mentioned anything with his family.
I've read all. I've read everything. I just think it's odd that he has not shown up since they canceled the tour. Like he's not been on an interview. Yeah. I've barely seen a picture of him.
Yeah.
He did do last Super Bowl. He does this thing called the Janie's Fund Foundations. He did show up there.
Yeah.
And he did show up at a Black Crowes concert before they tried to restart the tour.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I think
I hope it's not true.
I want to talk about Steven as a frontman. I think in the 70s to me is the golden age of frontmen.
Yes.
And Steven Tyler, he went into the 80s, a little bit of a lull, but that Walk This Way video is pure gold, and that's Steven as a frontman.
Yeah.
And then the 90s and the 2000s, he was kicking the 20-year-old and 30-year-old kids' ass
Yeah,
all over the world.
Yep.
And not only can he he's an artist who commands the audience.
Yep.
And you saw him at that last show at the Wells Fargo or Spectre, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
He saw the audience in the palm of his hand.
Yeah. I saw Steven Solo. Remember when he did the little country thing?
Yeah.
He needs Aerosmith with him. I don't know if he needs Joe Perry with him or just that band. He was fine. He was great when he did the country thing, but it was not. He's just better off with Aerosmith.
I think they're a perfect blend.
Yeah, they are.
I think that's why, in my opinion, they're America's greatest rock and roll bands. Those 5 guys are just. I mean, I feel like at that show, the last Aerosmith show in Philadelphia, you were still missing something on the drums.
Yeah.
That guy did a great job. It's not Joey Kramer. Joey Kramer is not the most in the top 20 list ever.
No, definitely not.
It's those 5 guys.
Band. Yeah.
And the worst job in rock and roll is being Steven Tyler's drummer.
Yeah.
Joey Kramer will tell you that.
That's probably true.
Steven Tyler would tell him because Steven Tyler's a drummer.
It's 1,000% true. 1,000% true.
Number 5.
Number 5 is you. Mick Jagger.
Oh,
not you.
I thought you meant me.
No, Mick Jagger. It's Mick Jagger, man. Come on. He still struts around it. How old is he? 78, 9, 80?
Wow, I can't wait to hear your next 4. Okay.
Again, this is based off of what?
No, the influence.
Based off of my influence / who I think is entertaining. Yeah. But no, Mick.
So. He's the. Don't worry, when I mention him, I'll go on and on and on. I can talk for.
Nah, Mick's awesome. I think Mick stands on his own too. He did a couple solo albums. He stands on his own. He doesn't necessarily need the Rolling Stones with him, but it obviously helps. But I mean, he's Mick. There's no one better.
Yeah.
Sex appeal, fit, still runs around like a teenager. It's fucking awesome.
You know, he works out 4 times a week for 4 hours.
That doesn't surprise me.
And his father, the reason he's that way is his father was a phys ed teacher. So he's always been into fitness.
Right. It's always doing something.
Always, ever since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Like him and his brother, Chris, they were always they grew up.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is Freddie Mercury.
There you go. All right.
I love Freddie. Freddie is, to me, the greatest vocalist ever in rock and roll. And I can't say enough. Great. I actually saw Queen on the Hot Space tour. So I saw Freddie Mercury.
What year? 80,
that was
70?
81, 82. I saw a lot of concerts before I was a teenager. I don't know if that was a good idea.
All right.
But he's a cool cousin. But yeah, Freddie. Now I won't go see the new. I saw Paul Rogers in Queen. So it was a little weird, them playing Bad Company songs. I was like, oh, it's kind of, I guess they're, but Adam Lambert does a great job.
Adam Lambert has an amazing voice.
But that's Queen Queen tribute band.
He's no,
I was gonna say, it's the best Queen tribute.
That's what Leonard Skinner is now. That's what a lot of these bands are. Which is, I'm fine with it. If the members start dying off, you don't want the music to die.
Yeah.
So if there's a Aerosmith band that comes around that's not Steven and Joe and they're playing Aerosmith songs and you want to call them a tribute or you want to call them Aerosmith, I don't care. I'll freaking go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I won't go see the Kiss hologram band because that's going to come out.
I'll watch it on TV.
No, thank you.
All right. Number 4 for me is Elvis. Elvis the Pelvis.
Yes.
I just think, he was one of the originals. He was just very cool, mysterious, and flashy before flashy was a thing with his outfits and the sparkles and all that stuff. He was sort of flamboyant before everyone knew what flamboyant
glam
was.
Rock. It actually was right at glam rock.
He was glam rock before glam rock.
Yeah.
And then the excess, all the money he's made and spent on Graceland and all the Vegas stuff. He's just a pretty cool front.
Did you ever go to Graceland?
I've never been to Graceland. I think I'm gonna try to go because it's near. Well,
it's right.
It's within shooting distance from Tennessee, where I go quite a bit for my kid. So I'm gonna try to go. Soon. Yeah.
I've been down there twice, and the first time I went down there with the urn or whatever. I don't know. I got really. The person I was with was a film student, and they were filming me. I was bawling my eyes out. Elvis.
I hear Graceland is actually not that big of a.
No.
You'll be like, oh, this.
What you can go through. And because this person was filming something and everything, they actually like rode ahead. So we actually like went behind the ropes and everything. But you literally had these guys next to you that if you touched anything,
They would be like, oh,
yeah, you were going in the river. So my number 4.
yes.
It's my mom's favorite.
This is for
I
mom.
was raised on this guy, and this is kind of a risque performer for your mom to be playing when you're like 5 years old and you're dancing around your house singing Mr. David Bowie.
No, I forgot. I forgot about Bowie.
Bowie, all 5'5" of them. What a powerhouse! What just the rock and roll chameleon right there.
And always changed every album, right?
Everything.
Totally different.
Everything.
Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah, Ziggy Stardust. He was Aladdin Sane.
Like everything.
He was the Thin White Duke. And then he had that smash with the Let's Dance album.
Did you know? You probably know this. He made an album right before he died.
Yeah.
They specifically released the album the day he died.
Oh, really?
He died, and they released the video and the album the day he died. Like, he wanted it that way. And the album, the first song, the first video off the album was about him dying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was pretty freaky deaky. But
So right in the middle of this, David Bowie reminds me. Friday evening at 5:00, the Happy Hour band. I'm saying this because Mr. Greg Zingari of Bad Habits, who's the lead singer and guitarist, they are playing at Tom and Jerry's Friday evening from 5 to 9, and we share 2 of those guys in the band, Alex Ryan and Al Gianchetta.
there you go.
So I'm playing a band with Johnny Nardone, and one of my bestest buddies, Mike LaJudas, is in that band also. So
Go check him out. I would be there,
Bowie.
but I have a gig. So
Yeah.
I can't be there. At a country club. I got to get dressed up.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me, baby. I met him. Mr. Huey Lewis.
Yes.
Dude, there's no one cooler. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And he's not a flashy front guy either. But he's just
Solid.
cool. Throws off coolness on stage just because he just he acts like he doesn't care, but he cares. He's just cool, just the way he talks, and he's into sports, and he loves football.
He's one of those guys you want to
to hang out with. Huey
you want to
Lewis.
hang out at a bar and watch a baseball.
I can hang
game
out with Huey
him.
Lewis. Yeah. And he's I got to meet him once, and he's like this cool guy. He's just so cool.
Oh my God, you met Huey Lewis?
Yeah. So long story short, I used to work for a company called Senecor, which is owned by Johnson & Johnson back in 2000 and 2001, and I was there for like 6 years. In 2001, I think we hit some sort of milestone. I don't even know what it was, and there was a surprise musical guest and a surprise speaker, and everyone's trying to figure out who the surprise musical guest was. And the biggest guess was it was going to be Margaritaville guy,
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. Everyone's like, it's going to be Jimmy Buffett, and I was like, I really don't care, Jimmy Buffett. So the speaker was Pat Croce, who used to be owner of the Sixers. He's a great he's a great inspirational speaker. And I was like, we were all pumped up. We wanted to run through the door. And just as you were walking into the venue, they were just seating you, just next seat. By chance, I was in the front row. By chance, because just when I got there, and just next in line was the front seat. So I don't know, the CEO or somebody big came out and was like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, your surprise musical guest, Mr. Huey Lewis and the news. I jumped up out of my seat like a freaking maniac. This is 2001. I'm going crazy. He's singing a song. I turn behind me in the middle of his first song. Everybody behind me is sitting down.
No way.
I'm the only asshole going, Huey Lewis. I'm going crazy. So a couple songs in, I go, hey, will you play Small World, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
We play Small World. And he goes, hey, what's your name? I'm like, Nick. He's like, that's not in the set list, but because I'm paraphrasing again, this was 20 years ago. He's like, because you're the only one clapping and dancing, this isn't in the set list, but we're going to do it for you. And he played Small World. They were awesome.
I like Jacob's Ladder.
And then afterwards.
That's my nugget.
Wait, who?
Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, Jacob's Ladder. Oh, yeah. I love
That's
Jacob's
a
Ladder.
great
Yeah. Then after the show was over, whoever the high up was got me and was like, hey, do you want to meet Huey? And I was like, yeah. And then he took me for 2 minutes or whatever. But anyway, go ahead.
So
number 3?
if I could ever do a tribute that would be fun, I would do Huey Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
I would, but you gotta find.
And I'd come see that.
And Huey Lewis in the News is probably the 6th best singer in that band. Like note wise. I mean, those guys hit amazing.
They can harmonize. Like they have 2.
They do the acapella.
They have 3 acapella songs that I know of. 2 are original and 1's not.
Yeah.
I think. Amazing.
Yeah.
Acapella songs. Amazing. I actually want to cover one of those acapella songs and just record it.
Yeah.
And do every vocal part.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
They're great. You ever see Jimmy Buffett?
By accident.
Yeah.
By accident, I saw Jimmy Buffett. We used to play down in Key West twice a year. And it was always rumored that he was going to show up every year. They do this Jimmy Buffett Fest or Parrothead Fest, and he would never show up. Whatever, never showed up. And we happened to be playing down there, and it was rumored he was going to be there. And lo and behold, right in the middle of the street, my lady friend and I walked into the middle of the Jimmy Buffett concert. People were going crazy. We stayed for a couple songs.
I went to he played in Camden, and I was dating a woman, and she was like, my family's really into Jimmy Buffett. So I was
Nothing wrong with Jimmy Buffett, man.
oh, okay.
Hey.
Well, so
He's fun songs.
So we go to pick up her parents. Now this is her parents who and I wasn't a kid. I was older, but her mom and dad were pretty reserved mainline people. So we go inside, and her dad walks down, and
They took
those
it
are
up.
her parents, and those parrot heads.
Oh, they actually wore them?
Those crazy, and her dad was wasted in that parking lot.
Was it token or just drinking?
Drinking, but
Drinking.
her dad's all funneling Coronas and stuff, and I'm looking, and then he's telling me to keep my hands off his daughter and everything, and I'm like, dude, I'm 30-some years old, so I don't know. That's an experience.
Hey, nothing wrong with Jimmy Buffett, man. People love him. He has a lot of good songs.
So
Not my cup of tea. Go ahead.
My 3, 2, and 1, they're interchangeable. Well, 1's kind of who it is, but number 3 is Jim Morrison to me. Jim Morrison, I am heavily influenced by Jim Morrison. I think Jim Morrison was a master. He was rock and roll's first, Elvis rock and roll, but Elvis did a lot of different things. To me, Morrison, just the mystery. He was the first sex symbol. Guy that, the guys all thought oh my God, this guy's so effing cool.
Yeah.
You still can't figure Jim Morrison out.
No.
I hate the Doors movie. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
John Densmore and Ray Manzarek said they just did it to make him look bad. Not him, but Oliver Stone.
Mm-hmm.
I think Morrison was a master on the stage.
Yeah.
An absolute. Nobody rocked leather pants like Jim Morrison. And his conch-shell necklaces or whatever he wore.
Nah, he definitely one of the greatest.
So, number 2.
Number 2 for me is female.
Yeah, we don't want the ladies to get mad.
Can you guess what my female pick is?
I'm trying it. I know. No.
Once I say it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, she's awesome. The first concert I've ever saw, and I followed her career forever. Miss Tina Turner.
Where did you see Tina Turner?
Actually in Pittsburgh.
I saw her at Hershey Stadium. Glenn Fry opened up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude, nobody could rock that stage
man,
like her, man. She ran around that stage and she rocked leather pants and she had her high heels and she would go crazy and whip her hair. She was awesome and she could sing, man. She was awesome. She could sing like the greatest ever. Yeah, she would just command that stage. I think she played for well over 2 hours when I saw her and just.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's awesome. So she's my number 2.
Did you ever hear? Okay, so Ike Turner was he was kind of a despicable human being.
Yes.
But Ike Turner on the Howard Stern show was like, where'd she get that accent from? She's from Mississippi. She had that British accent.
Yeah.
But that Tina, man, she made that comeback and she was on top of the world.
Yeah. For a very long time.
No, my favorite female front person is Madonna. I liked Madonna, and this is where I saw Madonna the first 3 tours, and I think Madonna, to me, because she did interact with the band back then. Now it's so choreographed, and
Yeah.
I don't like seeing shows anyway. And someone's out front. I mean, Lady Gaga is amazing.
Yeah, I forgot about her too.
But everything's to me make this mark, step here, step there.
Yeah.
So number 2.
Your 2.
Number 2 is David Lee Roth. I love David Lee Roth. I've had Van Halen was the soundtrack of my high school days. It just was. I met him.
Oh.
I met him by happenstance, and I met him, and it turned into a long night. But our morning into
Does not
the
surprise me.
afternoon. So I lived in Manhattan. This is fun. But I would say with Van Halen's another band. Those 4 guys on that stage.
Oh, yeah.
With Michael Anthony, Alex Van Halen, Eddie,
Yeah.
and DLR. Like, not the greatest voice, but who was a better showman?
Theatrics.
Who was a
Showman.
better entertainer?
No.
Than David Lee Roth back
Nobody.
then.
Yeah.
Doing
his kicks.
Oh, he's the man. So I worked at a nightclub in Midtown Manhattan, and I was a club dancer.
Oh, okay.
So we got out usually around 4. We had to dance until like 3:30 or something. And no, I was not a stripper. It was a club dancer. You danced on platforms, in cages, all that stuff. And it was called Club Red Zone. It was a rival of like Limelight. It was owned by the guy who had a partial ownership of Club Studio 54. Anyway, walking down Broadway, this guy's walking towards me, and I'm looking forward, and I'm like, man, this guy looks really familiar. And I'm looking, and he gets about from me to you, Nick, and I stop, like eyes bulging, like, whoa, like speechless. And he passes by me, and I turn around, like, and I yell, "You're David Lee Roth!" And he spins a 180 as soon as he heard David Lee Roth, and he points at me and goes, "And you're not!" And he's like, "What are you doing?" Walking home from a night, because I was all like clubbed out. I had the long hair and sweat all over.
Did you have glitter on you?
I don't know. I had a lot of weird stuff on.
You have glitter on. The story's not complete without glitter.
My nose was rigged with something or whatever, and hung out with him for a little bit. Very interested.
That's
and
awesome.
David, I walked into where he was staying, or his place, and I felt like I was in Manhattan. I felt like I was in a different world.
Really?
I mean, I did. It was so intense that after a couple hours, I was like, I gotta get out of here. I'm not gonna have my relationship. I'm probably gonna die. But fun guy. Very into and the amazing thing was I was asking about Van Halen and everything, and he kept saying, "I love those guys." And this is 90.
So after.
I know. Yeah, and he still talked about them glowingly.
Yeah.
Edward, always calls Eddie Edward. Mike, he didn't say Michael Anthony, he'd call him Mike Anthony. That sound of Mike Anthony and Dave Roth singing, nobody can replicate that vocal. He's right. So who's number 1?
I saw Sam and Dave together, and then I saw Dave when they did the reunion.
Oh, the reunion was still good.
Yeah.
Wolfie killed it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a great album too. That Different Kind of Truth.
Yeah. I've tied for number 1. I'm sorry, I couldn't decide.
I wasn't going to say someone's name.
I just couldn't. I couldn't decide.
You'd have a tie.
I have a tie. The Demon, the Screaming, Steven Tyler.
Yes.
Obviously, who's my biggest influence, and also Prince. I just think Prince is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, so that's why I asked you earlier what your favorite concert was. I saw Prince live once. The best show I was ever at in my life, hands down. Just the way he played guitar.
Where did you see him?
At the Wachovia or whatever the hell they call it. It was the 25th anniversary of Purple Rain, and we didn't know who the opening guest was going to be, and it turned out it was Marstay and The Time, and nobody knew. Marstay comes out on stage there, they do wow, they're doing the dude. It was amazing. People are losing their shit. Prince comes out, people are losing their minds. Marstay does a thing with the mirror, and then he goes off. Prince comes out. It was during the Musicology tour, which is one of my favorite Prince albums. Aretha Franklin was there. He pulls her up on stage. This is on YouTube. You can look it up. I found this recently. Pulls her up on stage, and she's dancing, and her wig falls off, and Prince is putting her wig on, and she's laughing, and Prince is laughing, and they're going crazy. And Prince did this mini acoustic set in the middle.
Really?
It he's so good. He was so good. Yeah, and then obviously Steven Tyler for me is just there's no one cooler. There's just the sex appeal, the outfits, the scarves, the voice, and just the innuendo and his rhymes, and he would just make shit up. He was just crazy.
He's the master.
He's always on. He's always on.
Never put on a bad show.
No, never. So
never.
He's my number one. He's the reason why I play, sing, whatever. So anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, that's
him and probably Huey are the two main reasons. But
okay. So growing up, you were in the Aerosmith.
Oh yeah.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The whole time. Yeah. The first time I saw them on the Pump tour.
Yeah.
In '89, and the
On
Black
Fire.
Crowes opened for them. So that's the first time I saw them. And I've seen them
Fire.
over 50 times throughout my life.
I remember that when he sang when they did Fine Fine and that strung up on the line, and there was like some weird thing on stage, like a stage line or something, and he's like kind of like that. It just.
For those who don't know what Fine stands for, is fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. Fine. Steven Tyler.
Yeah, it's funny because Steven Tyler is like the vocal. So people always ask me if you go to any rock and roll, I guess Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler took care of that voice.
Oh yeah.
And once he
till now.
Once he was
supposedly.
blessed. Once he was blessed with a comeback.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm not effing around. Nope. I'm not. So.
All right, Will. Who's your number one, baby?
You think my number one is
Mick?
It's Mick Jagger.
Mick
Everything's
Jagger.
about Mick Jagger to
There
me.
Nice.
I actually get sentimental talking about Mick Jagger because I just like you with Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
My mom, I have a very, very early memory, probably the age of 4 or 5, being in Florida. My dad's best friend's name is Bob. It's his real name, but his nickname is Muggs. So he was in the I think the Air Force. He's a photographer for the Air Force. He shot like Super Bowls and everything in Miami. He shot Dolphins games. And he would get passes because he was in the Navy or Air Force, something, photographer. But I remember being down there, and Jumpin' Jack Flash was on like their stereo, and I remember jumping on the bed, and like.
So you were a little dude.
Yeah.
You were a little.
And Muggs told me years later that he's like, you were actually doing like the whole
Mick Jagger thing.
I didn't know when Mick Jagger was at 5 years old, but it's just that music. Like to me, the Stones, it just makes me wanna. I was in the car listening to like Shattered, and I'm literally like doing my mouth stuff and all that. I think Mick was great. He writes great lyrics.
Yep.
I mean, him and Keith, they're the Glimmer Twins.
Yep.
They wrote all those songs together. To me, after Lennon McCartney, the second, I think they're right there with Lennon McCartney, because Lennon McCartney get a lot of recognition because so many great songs, but people don't listen to the whole Stones albums. I mean, I could send people a mix of 30 songs that they'd be like,
I never heard.
I could make 3 great Stones albums off of 10 songs they didn't know.
Yeah.
But Mick, he's the best frontman there is. He is. It is no better harmonica player too in popular music who goes out there and just like Keith Richards says it. He's like, and rocks off doing this tribute is. I'm so grateful that I overcame everything I overcame, because this is like I can literally front this band. We could have a great run, and I'll be the happiest man on earth.
Nice.
Because I love the Stones. And listen, people, you're not going to see this, any of that dumb duck face or anything. He does that for 8 seconds to start me up. You're not going to see it. I might do the little head thing. That'll happen once.
Are you going to wear a wig?
I'm growing my hair long. That's why my hair is like this.
You better start growing it quick for April, my friend.
In April. No, I'm growing it out. I was just told how to grow it out and everything. My hair grows long, so nice. One last time I'm going to grow the hair a little.
All right, it's going to be awesome, dude.
So the top 10, I'm going to say this to people, because Body Malloy's going to watch this and be like, why weren't there any women? I love Chrissy.
I had a woman.
I love Chrissy Hine.
Chrissy Hine's awesome. I almost put Gwen Stefani in there.
Natalie Merchant, to me, of the 10,000 Maniacs.
She's a little boring.
Huh?
She's a little boring.
Oh, I love that.
Good singer.
I saw her before she went solo, and with 10,000 Maniacs, she was like, she moved around that stage. Alanis is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
We love you, Melissa. The Alanis Morissette experience.
Forgot about Alanis.
There's just.
Alanis wasn't an influence to me. I like her songs.
Yeah, there wasn't
not
an influence. There's great. Chrissy had. I love the first 2 Pretender albums.
Yeah.
You know, she just had that sexy.
Yep.
Like coolness to her. So, you know, hey guys, a lot of people got back to me.
Yes.
And a lot of people said they like when Nick and I talked about music and the local music scene and how Nick, you know, like our opinions and everything. I actually had someone say this. They said, maybe you guys should talk about bands you don't like locally. That's never going to happen.
I'll do it.
I know you will.
I got nothing to lose at this point, buddy, because I'm pretty much out, so it doesn't bother me at all. I will say this. I don't dislike any bands. Yeah. I dislike agents and a couple clubs, but that might be a different story for a different day.
Maybe we could. Yeah, so
bands-wise, I really don't dislike any bands.
You will have to preface that saying this is the opinion of Nick.
I'm done. I got nothing. I'm not playing full-time anymore, so it doesn't matter. I'll burn the house down.
Well, Nick, everyone thinks that I'd be because I'm the big mouth front.
I'm a man of a certain age who no longer plays every Friday and Saturday night. I got nothing. I'll tell stories till the cows come. I will tell a story in a few podcasts from now about the 2 female firings from Jumper. I still want to tell these stories so bad I've kept my mouth shut, but I'm going to tell them.
Yes.
Not today.
This is going to be awesome.
I'm telling them.
Now,
I will not name names because I said before the person would need to be here to defend themselves. So I'm not going to name names, but I will definitely tell the stories.
I had an agent experience. Is this guy still around? And I don't know if he is there or not. He was more like of a Central Jersey person.
Okay.
I don't know why he was dealing with bands at the CL, like down there in Wildwood.
Mm-hmm.
But I got outvoted 4-1. And I was like, what happened to unanimous? Well, once again, it was money.
Of course.
I'm like, here we go. And those were the longest 6 months of entertainment I've ever had. And I told this guy, I named the date. I said, I want you at this show. And he goes, why? Because he controlled our set list.
What?
All that stuff.
Damn.
And I literally told him, when we get done the last song, and this was it was a 1:00 show. So by 4:00 we were done. I said, run. Because at midnight I'm done this contract. I ain't going to drown. It was just, he's taking money, telling us what to play. It's just,
we could do a whole pot or two about
we could do
about
the
agents,
whole thing.
So that's cool.
So I got a question.
Yep.
You worried about the Eagles? Or is that you are?
I'm always worried about the Eagles.
You're filling over.
They could be, what were they, 11-2, 12-2? What's the record? 11-2, 12-2? Something in 2.
Yeah.
I think they're 11-2. They could be 13-0, and I would still be worried about the Eagles.
Okay.
This is just the way I am as a Philadelphia sports fan.
And I'm going to say this to all my Philly brethren. Don't worry about Juan Soto signing with the Mets.
Yeah.
Because they're the freaking Mets. Look at that pitching staff is trash. It's trash. The bullpen's good. That's what beat the Phillies. That bullpen was on fire. Yankees had a good signing yesterday with Max Front. That 1, 2, 3 is we can blaze through anyone in the
right before you came, they said they traded for the White Sox pitcher.
Oh,
the White Sox ace. I forget what his name is. They pretty much
Yankees?
got him. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have no hitters. I wanted them to get that guy.
They got Stanton. They got Judge. They got hitters. Come on.
They need some lefties on that team.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
They need some lefties. So here's another thing, guys. There was a little controversy around the podcast and everything last week. Nick and I like to keep it light and fun, and we want to, we want you guys to give your suggestions. But if I post stuff about the podcast, it's not your. Remember, if I post something about our podcast, and Nick could be Nick's the same way. Because I was told sometimes on Facebook I censor people. I do. It's my feed. And you know what? God bless you, Mark Zuckerberg. If you don't want certain things on there, it's his company, people.
That's right.
It's his company. I don't know any of you. I'm going to go on. This is Will rant. I grew up in a family business. My dad could do whatever he wanted with that business. If he didn't want someone to say anything or wear a shirt or whatever, he could do that as an employer. That is Mark Zuckerberg's company. So it comes from a certain segment of American voters who are always like, oh, blah, 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 blah. If you don't like it, get off.
Exactly.
Please. Because we don't want your bullshit. He owns the company. He can do whatever he wants. I don't understand people. Nick, who sit there and whine and complain. I watch how many times they comment and post. These are grown men and women.
I know.
It's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 times.
I hear you.
Get a life. It's his company. And you know what? I don't support censorship. That's not censorship.
No.
It's his business.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, go
somewhere else.
Go to X, where your brain will be like, I go to X about 15 minutes a day because that's all my brain can
You want
take.
the Wild Wild West?
I don't know what to believe.
Go to Twitter, X, whatever.
I don't know what to believe. This whole drone thing, now they're saying there's a ship off of the coast of New Jersey.
I deleted my Twitter.
Yes. They say now there's a ship off the coast of New Jersey.
That's launching the drones?
From Iran, and they're all around Trump's course and all that and all this. It's
out of here. I don't believe it.
That was a senator.
Really? Well, they don't. Yeah, well, we'll see.
And it was not Marjorie Taylor Greene.
God bless her. All right, we're at an hour 10. Actually, we're at an hour 20, but the first 5 minutes will be cut.
Yeah.
I'll just say one thing about what you just said about the little controversy.
Yes. Here we go.
I'm not ranting. I'm not going to name names. But if anybody wants to come to my house in my basement and podcast with us and talk things out and be a man about stuff and come do it face to face, you're always welcome to come here. I will invite you. An open invite, but you bet your ass you better come prepared because I am prepared and you better be prepared. So if you're going to come here and explain why you blocked me,
oh no,
then you come prepared because I'm prepared. That's it. All right, we gotta go.
So I'm gonna say two things.
We're gonna do this. Okay.
Let me say two things about that.
Two things.
If
don't name names,
this happens, I will record the whole thing on my phone.
So it here.
No. But there will be two recordings.
Why?
Because then we can't be accused of like, oh, you guys edited something. I will immediately at the end hit send.
We'll go live.
Yes.
We'll just go live.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I will say this. But that, you know what? And I believe, can't we all just get along?
No, it's not fun. All right, we're gonna. What's today? It's Wednesday, December something.
December 11th.
11th. We're gonna release this tonight at midnight-ish if I get my act together.
We'll be back this week.
And then we're gonna podcast on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna release it next Monday or Tuesday. This Monday or Tuesday coming up.
Yes.
That way we have one every week.
We're gonna be talking about the holidays.
What we're gonna do? Top holiday songs?
I think we should do songs and the versions we like of the songs.
Okay.
Because for some of those songs, there's
like 80 versions of Jingle Bell Rock. Yeah,
I think films might be good too.
Okay. Top Christmas films and Christmas songs.
I hate Elf, so I'm just telling you, I hate Elf.
Like my favorite.
I hate Elf.
We watch it every year. All right, we're at an hour 20.
All right.
That's it.
All right, good.
We're gonna edit and we're gonna fix it.
See you guys. Thank you.
We'll make it side by side next time.
All right.
I'll figure it out. Bye.
See ya.
All right.